הקיק נסתר בצוקים, איילה שותה מים, מה לי ולה אל צוקי ליבי, אל המעיין חיי, אל הנסתר. בין הקיק נסתר בצוקים, איילה שותה מים, מה לי ולה אל צוקי ליבי,
Shalom everyone. Shabbat Shalom Gabi, Shabbat Shalom Noga, Shabbat Shalom Zach. We welcome all those that are joining into our Kabbalat Shabbat, those that are on Facebook, those that are on YouTube. It is a privilege and a pleasure to share Shabbat with you. And we will start our Kabbalat Shabbat opening our Sidurim on page 120 in order to light Shabbos candles. And I see, Gabi, that you haven't unmuted yourself. So even if you sing very loud, we won't be able to hear you. We'll perceive you, feel you, but not hear you. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom everyone. And now we turn our Sidurim to page 129 as we start this Kabbalat Shabbat, trying to bring in the divine love of this seventh day that is a gift to us. Shabbat we come to the encounter with the divine. We turn our Sidurim to page 130. Lehu Neranena. Let's welcome Shabbat with joy.
Lehu Neranena L'Adonai Naria Letzur Yishenu Nekadma Fanav Betoda Bizmirot
Chadash. Let's sing to God a new song, a song of renewal, a song in which we say that we have the ability to transform ourselves, a song in which we allow Shabbat to transform our life experience, and we gather, we hold tight to our souls. So I invite you just to close your eyes for a moment and to try to allow Shabbat to come in, become a part of your breath. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. We turn our Sidurim to page 134. Page 136. Psalm 29. Mi Mizmore לדוד, אבל אדוני בנהלים, אבל אדוני כבוד ועוז, אבל אדוני כבוד שמו, ישתחוו לאדוני בעד הקודש, כל אדוני על מים, אל על כבוד עירים, על מים, על מים, על מים רבים, על מים, על מים, על מים רבים. כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני שובר ארצים בידיו, כל אדוני שובר ארצים, וישבר אדוני את ארצי לבנון, וירקיד רגל לבנון, בציון כמו ברמים, כמו ברמים. כל אדוני חוצב לבוקש, כל אדוני ישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום, את עמו, את עמו, את עמו בשלום. Now yes, we are ready to welcome the presence of Shabbat. Shabbat as a queen, as a bride. We turn our Sidurim to page 138.
שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם לתפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו בניך, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, התערערי, התערערי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך ניגע.
לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
לא תבשיר, לא תיגעני, מה תשכחי ובתרמי, בך יחסו אני דהמי, ונבטה
לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. היולים שסה שוסייך, ברחקו כל מבלייך, על יחצייך, כמסוס חתן על קהלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. So if you are standing, if you are sitting, we encourage you to turn toward the door of the room, wherever you are, and to think about welcoming Shabbos presence, the Shabbos queen. into your life, into your household. בואי ושלום, את תלת ועלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני העם סגולה. בואי ועלה, בואי ועלה, if you were standing, and we now encourage you to say Shabbat Shalom to each other. If you are connecting with us through Facebook, to Zoom, through YouTube, just to leave a comment to say Good Shabbos to those that are watching with you, to those that are sitting here, and we also say Shabbat Shalom to you. We welcome you once again. And once we have done that, we will grant Shabbat one more song, one more psalm. We turn our Sidurim to page 140 for Psalm 92. Mizmor Shir Leyom Shabbat. How wonderful, how good it is to turn to God with gratitude.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך באמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, צדיק כתמר יפרח, כהרז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת
We turn our Sidurim to page 144 for Hetzi Kaddish. התגדל והתקדש שמי רבה, ועל מה דברה חילותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב באמרו אמן. אשמרה במבורך למען הגולון ברמיה, יתברך וישתבח, מתבהר מתרומם מתנשא, בהתהלל בהתהלל בהתהלל, שמי קודשה להילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמידה מהאמה באמרו אמן. invite you to rise. You can rise physically or in your spirit as we take a moment to say that each of us count. That all those that are connecting with us, connecting with each other, and deciding that we are a minyan, that we are praying together, counts. And it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your gender. You count. And we count on you. We're on page 146 for the call for worship.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam ba'edem. You may be seated. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. Por yom balayla, con el or mifnei choshech, bechoshech mifnei or. ומביא יום ומהביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ולילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני עמדי ברבים. אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. Such an important statement in the context of Parashat Be'ar Bechukotai. In Bechukotai Tilechu. If you follow my rules, my mitzvot, everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lay down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. And we also want to meditate just for a moment on those things that help us feel loved. I want to invite you just to take one moment and try to bring a picture to your mind of something that represents love to you. Once you have that picture, bring that love in with your breath. Take a deep breath. Hold it for a moment. Let that love fill you and release. We say, dear God, never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch Ata Adonai, Oev Amo, Israel. We're on page 152 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We continue on page 154 with the Ahavta. Please join me. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם נאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמן.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמן. אמת באמונה כל סוד וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. The last blessing of the reading of the Shema is the blessing for redemption. A piece of Shirat Hayam, a piece of the Song of the Sea, and the words of Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, O God. Toward the end of the Shema, we try to find the faith that we need in order to take a leap of action, as Rabbi Aaron Joshua Heschel used to say. We try to understand what are the obstacles that we are dealing with in our lives. The Red Sea is a symbol, and each of us is seeing a Red Sea in his or her life right now. And we try to think about the energy, the faith that we need in order to take one first step, a leap of action with a leap of faith in order to make our way through. We're on page 158. Mihi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mihi chamocha nehedar v'kodesh, mihi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mihi chamocha nehedar v'kodesh, Torah tehilot oseh feleh, Torah tehilot oseh feleh, malchutecha ra'ubanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, malchutecha ra'ubanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeli anu ve'amenu Adonai himloch le'olam ba'ed. ונחמד כי יפדה אדוני את יעקב, ויעלו מיד חזק ממנו. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. They say that we can face the challenges that are standing in front of us, and we say, praise are you Adonai for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai we turn our Sidurim to page 160 as we sing, recite modern words for the blessing for our inner peace. Shalom, Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over your holy city, Jerusalem. Covenant among generations to keep Shabbat as a part of our lives. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בגדולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים את הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת, שבת וינפש. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לתורתם ברית עולם. We turn our Sidurim now to page 164 for Tfilat Amidah. We invite you to follow the words of our tradition in your Sidur, or to try to find your Tfilah Shebalev, the prayer of your heart. To try to find the words that you need to say, that your soul needs to hear.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehillah Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
שלום לך על ישראל אחד, שים לב לען כי אתה מלך. שלום, תמלך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה, ושלומך. be seated. If you were standing, and if you were rising, just in your spirit. So we invite you to remain exactly where you were. At the end of Tfilat Amidah, we add one more prayer. We take a moment to acknowledge people that are dealing with illness. And it became our tradition it's not anymore a couple of weeks, the last couple of months, to acknowledge those that are first responders, to acknowledge those that are essential workers, and they are risking their health in order to keep our society functioning and going. So we think of them. We also think of those that are dealing with illness in their bodies. We think of those dealing with illness in their spirits. We think of those dealing with addictions. We think of several members of our community that we heard word over the last couple of days that are dealing with illness, and we pray for the refuah shlema, for the complete recovery of all of them. On page 371, Misheberach. Wish to all of them החלמה מהירה, a fast recovery and refuah shlema, a complete healing and recovery. And let us say Amen.
Amen.
Good Shabbos, everyone. So we are reading this week Parashat Be'ar Bechukotai, which is actually two Torah portions together. Parashat Be'ar Sinai. We'll talk about Sinai tomorrow morning. And Bechukotai, which basically means rules. Hukim means rules. Bechukotai. Im Bechukotai Tilechu, says the Torah portion. Where am I? Here I am. Im Bechukotai Tilechu, Be'ed Mitzvotai Tishmeru, V'asitem otam. If you follow my laws and faithfully observe my commandments, then you will be blessed. And then, a few verses later, the Torah portion says, and if you, for some reason, do not follow my laws, you will be cursed. And in both cases, there's a lengthy description of what's the meaning of blessing and what's the meaning of the curse. And the blessing sounds beautiful, and the curse is scary. Now, this dichotomy opens a very important theological question and has to do with the nature of the divine presence. Do you believe in a rewarding or punishing God? Do you believe in such a model of the divine presence? Now, there are foundations for this model in the Torah and in the Bible. And the rabbis struggle a lot with this idea of rewards and punishments. They wonder how it can be that sometimes people that are wonderful, that are tzaddikim, righteous people, they experience really, really bad things. And people that are wicked, people that are evil, Rashaim, actually they seem sometimes to have a great time. And the rabbis can't make their mind around this question. Now, from a different perspective, there is another problem. And it's that if we really believe in free will, then how is that possible to have a God who is judging your behavior at any given time and rewarding you or punishing you? It doesn't work with that model. Now, the model of the free will also appeals to our ability to be self-aware, to connect with our beings. And maybe in that place we can find the divine presence as the source of all being. We have spoken several times of Yud Hei Vav Hei, the name of God, as the source of all being. Now, let's talk a little bit about these blessings and these curses. If we think about blessings and curses as human experiences, then we need to understand what are these experiences. One of the challenges that we have is that we tend to confuse our life circumstances with blessings and curses. And what happens is when we do that, whatever we are facing in our lives becomes the reality of our lives. I always like to quote the thinker Ortega y Gasset, who says, "I am and my circumstances," which means I am the result of how I deal with my life circumstances. Your circumstances do not define your identity. Your actions do. Now, we are a reflection of our actions. And the Torah says, if you choose to follow my mitzvot and to be mindful of your actions and to be active in defining your identity, then you will be able to experience blessings. We are the tradition of Shema, of listening. We are the tradition of mindfulness. And that's the idea of embracing a covenant, is to be mindful of our actions. In bechukotai tilechu means if you succeed to be mindful of your actions. Now, that applies also in very difficult life circumstances. Now, what happens if you do not do that? If you decide not to be mindful of your actions? Well, what could happen is that you will be able to experience some of life's joys, but you will also become your circumstances. Also, the more unfortunate circumstances that you experience. So if you are ill, you are your illness. If you are experiencing a loss, you are your own loss. If we are experiencing a pandemic, we are the pandemic. You are all what happens to you, and that's certainly a curse. There was this viral video some time ago of a kid that went to America Got Talent, and he played violin. Was a little kid. He played violin and he was unbelievable. He played so beautifully. And when they asked him about his story, he said that he was dealing with leukemia since he was 4.5 years old. And the treatment that he was receiving had some physical expressions. It was visible that he was dealing with something. And he had all kind of skin reactions. And children in his school bullied him. Children sometimes are difficult. And they even thought that he had something that was contagious. And it was really difficult for him. And when he was coming back from school, he saw a little ad with violin classes. And he decided that he wanted to play violin. And so he became the kid who played violin. He became a violinist who happened to have leukemia. He wasn't anymore the child with leukemia. He was the child who played violin and happened to have leukemia. He didn't choose the leukemia, but he did make a choice regarding who he wanted to be, and he was fantastic. You can Google that video later. And I think that this is the secret that our tradition is trying to share with us. If we approach our life circumstances with mindfulness, and we don't just let them happen to us, we decide and we understand that when we act, we are defining our identity, we will have the ability to bring blessings to our lives. And if we just let them shower us and we don't do anything with them, and we just decide that whatever is happening to us is who we are, then we will experience a curse. And here's the challenge. We are talking about our own lives. We are not talking about the children of Israel in the Torah. We are talking about ourselves. We are talking about what you are doing tomorrow, tonight, this week. What are the challenges that you are dealing with? What are the good things that might be happening to you? And how you are going to act mindfully in order to, even in difficult circumstances, bring blessing to your life. And it's totally up to you. You have the power. There are many things that you cannot define. You cannot define many of your life circumstances, but you can decide how you are going to face those circumstances. And when you do that, you will be not just bringing blessing to your life, but you will be defining who you are. Shabbat Shalom. We now take a moment to acknowledge mourners among our community. We invite you to share the names of those that you are remembering on the comments on Facebook and on YouTube, and to bring them to our communal space and awareness. We acknowledge those that are during the first 7 days of mourning Shiva. We also remember in this context our dear member Stel Blake. We remember those who are during the first 30 days of mourning Shloshim. We remember those that are during the cycle of the first year of mourning. And we acknowledge those that are remembering a yortzeit this week. Please do share the names of your people in our communal spaces on Facebook and on YouTube. And now you can support our fellows by standing or sitting, joining us for Mourners Kaddish on page 598. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. בעלמה דברה חילותה, בימליך מלכותה. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, באמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושילתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירם בעלמה, באמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, באמרו אמן. May the memories of your dear ones be a living blessing in your life. יהיה זכרם ברוך. You may be seated. We will call the Shabbos angels. We're going to turn our Seorim to page 142. As we call I will try to gather all the powers that we have. As we try to gather all the powers that we have in order to celebrate Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yasharei, Malachei Malachei Malachei
570. Hineni mukhanum zuman. Hineni mukhanum zuman. Hineni mukhanum zuman. Lekayem et mitzvat aseh. Hineni mukhanum zuman. Hineni mukhanum zuman. Hineni mukhanum zuman. Lekayem et mitzvat aseh. כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מוכן ומזומן. כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מוכן ומזומן. הנני מוכן ומזומן. לקיים את מצוות עשה של תפילת העומר. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the homer. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על תפילת העומר. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with the mitzvot, commanding us to count the homer. היום 37 ימים, שהם 5 weeks and 2 days. לתפילת העומר. That was a hard one. 2 days. 2 days. The 37 days of the Homer, which is 5 weeks. I said that in English. That's why you were looking at me. 5 weeks. חמישה שבועות and 2 days. Yeah. לתפילת העומר. The months of Shabbat are different. They are just different. Turn our series now to page 122 for Kiddush. Please raise your cups wherever you are. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה. אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו. ויבוא שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. Got confused with the words is that Jewish law says that you're always supposed to have the text in front of your eyes. You need to try as much as you can to have the text in front of your eyes. Also, not just for you not to forget the words, but also to be focused on what you are saying, to be intentional of what you are saying. So we try to be intentional of this Shabbat and this sacred opportunity. On page 123. Sabri חבריי וחברותיי. And here you go, Gabi.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן.
אמן.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו. בשבת קודשו באהבה ופרצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך כבוד, ברוך
אתה אדוני מקדש
השבת.
חיים.
And here is an example of what I just said.
I was immediately like, that's not right. That's
And I
not
think that, I have food that tiredness, and we are also relaxing because it's Shabbat and words are flowing with all kind of new additions that we are bringing to prayer.
Yep.
Not intentionally, but here they are. We're gonna take one more moment in this Shabbat to share with each other the millennia-old words and blessings of our tradition. We want to be able to share with each other blessings. We all have the opportunity to be blessings. Going back to our Torah portion, and to share blessings. We think of meaningful people that have helped us to become who and what we are. We try to help of those that we are trying to help. We say to our boys, Yasimchem Elohim k'Ephraim v'ke Menashe. May God inspire you to be like Ephraim and Menashe. And to our girls we say, Yasimchem Elohim k'Sara, Rivcha, Rachel, Leah. May God inspire you to be like the mothers of Israel. And to all of them we say, Yevarechechem Adonai ve'yishmerechem. May God bless you and protect you. May God's light shine upon you and may God be gracious to you. May God's presence be within you always. May God grant you peace. May you find the ability to make choices that help you define who you are and who you want to be, and help you to bring blessing, love, Ahava, Shalom, peace, briut, health to your life. V'yasem lachem Shalom. V'yasem lachem Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Adonai oslam oiten, Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom. May you find peace. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.